Movie Time is produced by John DeSanto. Listen to shows and read reviews online at wcbe.org.
I'm John DeSanto.
I'm Wayne Miller.
This is It's Movie Time.
And that's Jason.
Whoa. They can't see it. The people on the radio can't see this great portrait.
Yeah. Black and
man.
white. Yes. Interesting movie.
Well, we've got two. Really.
This one, Wrath of Man, and also Nobody.
Yeah.
Two movies of kind of the same genre.
I would say.
Very different
in
some ways. Both revenge films.
Yeah, and I think the bigger umbrella is thriller.
Yes.
So we have two thrillers. We have two very accomplished actors playing kick butt.
Yes. Kick butt, but in kind of different ways. And I think the one thing that Nobody had that made it better for me than Wrath of Man was a delicious sense of humor.
Yeah, and you know, that's good. Bob Odenkirk, who comes from, gosh, is it even Saturday Night Live? I don't know where.
His main claim to fame is the series Better Call Saul. And his character started out in what a lot of people think, maybe next to Sopranos, was the best TV series, Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. And his character is a smarmy lawyer for criminals.
Okay.
But here, he does an at first I thought, oh my gosh, is he going to be a credible kick butt action star?
Yeah.
And he acquits himself quite well in Nobody.
Yeah, you're so right about the sense of humor. I love the moment when he's facing off the guys in the train.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm going to F you up," or something like that. And you know, and he gets hit. He gets hit a bit himself.
Oh, he gets a crap kick out of him.
But when he pulls that piece of piping off.
Yes.
And they got a superhuman.
But then near the end, though, my favorite scene was a cackling Christopher Lloyd that people remember.
Great moment.
Reverend Jim and the TV comedy series Taxi. But here, he just had a blast, literally a blast, as well as some of the other people in kind of the big shoot 'em up at the end.
Well, you know, and again, your point about the humor, which I think is what we want to do here. We see something similar in the two with their scruffy beards.
Yes,
They're kind of unprepossessing means, except that in Wrath of Man, Jason Statham is a celebrated model before he got his $10 million estate in Malibu and his $2 million estate in LA.
Guy knows how to spend his money.
Oh, he really does.
And but you know, he's been kind of more of a underling in films like The Expendables that had every action star you could think of from Stallone.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger and everything, but also in the Furious, Fast and Furious
and
series that he was in.
Was he the lead? Do you remember in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
There was I don't think there's another British actor, bald head, that plays a lot of action stars. Mark Strong is his name.
Oh yeah, right.
I have to look that.
That's a good one. Yeah, I think you may be right.
Because I think that came out at least a number of years ago before Jason here was, kind of celebrated. And this one, he really comes into his own light as far as the lead of a movie.
Boy, yeah, he's playing a guard in a Brinks-like truck, cash delivering truck.
Yes.
And he's not who he appears to be.
Well, you know what? Yes. And what's interesting about the plot structure of Wrath of Man is the number of flashbacks and of course, interesting titles of all the different, quote, acts of the movie. And
this is characteristic of Guy Ritchie, the director.
Yes.
And I think he sometimes endangers the flow of the narration.
Well, it helps explain some motivation because they go back. And,
Yeah.
It's no surprise to people.
But there are times when he goes back that you're not sure, even with titles or whatever.
It's kind of like, especially halfway through it, I think it kicks more into a genre, heist movie genre film, as these Army veterans, like a squad of Army veterans, who pull off these robberies. And one of them's kind of a psychopathic killer in a way.
Well, back to your humor point again. This Guy Ritchie is usually much more humorous than he is here. But here's the way he he identifies these characters who aren't yet at all developed, but they're comic book names.
Yeah.
Bullet.
Yes.
Hollow Bob.
Yeah, and I like was it the
Boy Sweat Dave. That's Josh Arnett.
Yes.
So you got those three goons, and you think it's going to be funny, and it never materializes.
Well, and at the beginning, as Bullet is taking the new armored car trainee H, played by Jason Statham, around, and he mentioned something about everybody gets a nickname. And that's why, because worked there,
that's right.
Bob, a number of people. But I tell you, Ritchie knows how to stage an action scene. Holy
right on.
Yes.
What he does with his camera, I think it's been characteristic of Guy Ritchie, and he comes through on this one. Unbelievably beautiful. Just jumping of that camera from one place to another, but he does it with such finesse.
Yeah. And here, of course, like I said, halfway through the movie, and it's not a short movie either. It's like over 2 hours, I believe.
Okay.
And it was halfway through, because I looked at my watch, I'm thinking, who are all these new guys that they're introducing? And fairly well-known actors, like Jeffrey Donovan, who played like the squad leader of the gang.
As you pointed him out, I thought he really took a very prominent role in this film.
The second half of it, he sure did.
Yeah.
And then the Clint Eastwood's son/doppelganger, Scott Eastwood, and who plays kind of a nutcase in this.
Yes.
But with his dad's characteristic squint
of
the eye.
And
heightened by like a crescent-shaped scar next to the
He was having fun with us. It had to be. Imitating his dad.
Oh, God. Yes, he is. So that's kind of made me think that if they ever remake like old Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, a heist movie with Clint Eastwood and a very young Jeff Bridges. And I'm thinking if they ever remake some of Eastwood's old movies, like I could see his son Scott doing a whole update of Dirty Harry. Or even The Man with No name in the Italian spaghetti westerns.
Well, the other thing of similarity between Wrath of Man and Nobody is that also in Nobody you have a couple, and we already mentioned one. You have Christopher Lloyd, a couple of really important B actors here, and the other one was Michael Ironside.
Yes, and that I've for decades have seen his work as a character.
Yeah, so you've got a couple of people, a couple of actors in there who really help support. In the case of Jason Statham, help you get a little warmer.
Yes.
Because there's nothing but ice with him.
Yes. Now, the one thing that the two films also have in common, very underused female.
How about any? Oh, tell me, because I don't see one.
Well, in Nobody, I was kind of excited because Connie Nielsen plays.
I know,
and I like her, seeing her on, my favorite TV series, Law and Order Special Victims Unit, and she was on for a story arc when Vriska Hargitay, the star, was on maternity leave, and she kicked butt in that. But then, if you remember, I believe that she was in the Rocky movie, I think Rocky 4, when he takes on the Russian, and she plays the Russian's wife. I'll have to look that up to make sure. But anyhow, one of the reviews I read about Nobody said how underused she was. And of course, that movie, the driving force at the beginning was a home invasion.
Yeah.
And not the trauma that H in Wrath of Man had with the death of a loved one.
I'll tell you, you know what, we have to stop. We got way over our time here, so I think we need.
Wow, time.
Yeah.
You know, time passes.
I know.
When we're having fun
Listen,
and enjoying kick-butt movies.
We need to move into a podcast because I want to pick up on this idea of home.
Yes, yes.
Right, Wayne Miller.
Okay.
The films are Wrath of Man, starring Jason Statham.
Right.
Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk.
Right. My grades.
Give me one grade.
For both.
Yeah.
Okay, a solid B.
And I'm with you.
Okay, cool.
And that's it for Thriller. And it's not it for our talking.
I know.